a decorated cop, a ruthless crime boss, and one night of loss that changes everything. In one brutal evening, a message is sent in blood, a message that sparks a war where justice and revenge mix into one. Nick, a tough cop from New Jersey, had spent years fighting the dark world of human trafficking. He worked hard to bring down a network that preyed on the innocent, focusing on Victor, a cold, calculating crime boss from Serbia who ruled a global trafficking ring with an iron fist. Nick's breakthrough came when he managed to break up one of Victor's major shipments. It was a win that gave hope for stopping the evil that had spread across borders, but that victory came with a terrible price. Victor's own son was killed during a messy skirmish, a death that pushed Victor even deeper into a spiral of anger and despair. This loss made him more ruthless, as he vowed to crush anyone who dared stand in his way. That very night, Victor's men stormed Nick's home. In a violent raid, they took away everything he loved. His wife and daughter were killed right before his eyes, leaving him broken and bleeding. Luckily, Nick survived that attack and was rushed to the hospital. However, due to the memories of his daughter and wife being killed, Nick couldn't bear the pain and had to sneak out of the hospital. With nothing left, in quiet moments between the chaos, Nick's thoughts often returned to that fateful night, the sound of shattering glass, the silence that followed the explosion of his world. Those memories fueled his every move, a constant reminder of the family he lost and the price of the darkness he was forced to face. Nick's life turned from lawman to a man driven solely by revenge. As Nick set off on his quest for justice,
where's Victor? So did I. Where?
more twists unfolded. In a cruel turn of fate, Nick's search for Victor led him far from home to the busy streets of Thailand. There, amidst crowded markets and dark alleys, he encountered Tony, a dedicated local cop fighting against the same trafficking ring. At first, their meeting was rough. Tony thought Nick was a wild card, a loose cannon who might cause more harm than good. Nick, hardened by loss, doubted Tony's loyalty, suspecting him of being part of a corrupt system because Reed, a hardened ally caught between duty and survival, took a life in a surprising twist. He killed Tony's best friend using own weapon, in a bold move, and handed the weapon over to Nick. This brought tension between Tony and Nick. They fought fierce battles in narrow corridors, endured high-speed chases through city streets. Tony wanted to kill Nick as a revenge for killing his best friend, but when their paths converged against a common enemy,
Reed shot him with his own weapon. Then gave it to me.
Nick reveals that he didn't kill him, rather it was Reed who killed his best friend and handed the weapon to Nick. They had no choice but to work together. But first they had to eliminate Reed, and Tony and Nick came to face Victor and him team. Victor's plans took a personal turn. Victor targeted Tony's girlfriend, a kind soul whose only fault was having uncovered secrets that could expose his deadly network. Believing that silencing her would tighten his grip on power and send a message of fear, Victor ordered her assassination. This brutal act was designed to break Tony's spirit and remind everyone that no one was safe from his wrath. Tensions reached their peak. Victor, cornered but defiant, unleashed every bit of cruelty he had. In a heart-pounding battle, Nick, Tony, and Victor's gang clashed in a raw fight where every punch and every shot carried the weight of loss, betrayal, and unyielding anger. Tony fought alongside Nick, driven by his own desire to avenge the tragedy that had touched someone he loved. Tony stepped into a dead fight with Victor's son to rescue his girlfriend, while Nick eliminated Victor's guards. In the end, Victor was told to escape with an helicopter, but before he told his grandsons to remember Tony and Nick faces in case anything happened to their father, they'll seek revenge and head straight into the helicopter to escape. The pilot was shot instantly by Nick, which leads the helicopter to crash to the ground. Victor and Nick clashed in a raw fight, but in the end Victor was finally defeated and killed. And to Nick's surprises, Tony finds out that Nick's daughter could still be alive, and Nick, in search for his daughter, he said, "I don't know where she, but whatever it takes, wherever I have to go, I'm gonna find my daughter."
I'm gonna find my daughter.